All right, everybody. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to have another fun day today. Obviously, we are headed towards the bye week, so we got a little bit less than usual to talk about, but still got some stuff to go over from that Monday night game against Houston. And now we're going to do ourselves a little pass coverage Thursday. We're going to take a look at how individual players on this team are holding up in coverage. Obviously, the Houston game was relatively successful. CJ Stroud was mostly inefficient. So I think we got something pretty good going here. But let's break it down numerically. Let's try to understand all the different elements at play here. Also, always interesting to see how Pro Football Focus and Pro Football Reference differ. This series uses the data from Pro Football Reference, as most of you guys know. So let's go ahead and take a look at the data. First, though, let's take 60 seconds. All right, guys, let's take a minute so I can tell you about Sleeper, a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on sports games in real time with other users. You can get the fastest scores, blazing fast sports news and sports alerts right at your fingertips. And of course, you can use Sleeper to play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. This is the way sports were meant to be enjoyed together. So download Sleeper today. Use promo code SBN to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. And you can pair that with another promo they have right now where you can get a $20 entry free with no deposit required. So get both of those things going. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and growing. So check out Sleeper today. Get to it and go have some fun with sports this year. Okay, so Ernest Jones, and right away we actually have an interesting difference here because Pro Football Focus said that the touchdown that we allowed at the end of the game with like 2 minutes left was on Ernest Jones, but PFR did not. PFR did not give it to him. Now, they did give like 5 completions for 50 yards to him, so it wasn't a great day, but the interception tends to be a pretty good equalizer. So obviously, Ernest Jones is not a great coverage player, but he's holding up numerically at least well. And I don't think you can ask for much more than that from him. He's never going to be some Luke Kuechly type. He's never going to be even like a prime Bobby Wagner in coverage. But he's not getting completely destroyed out there the way we've seen some linebackers do. And 3 interceptions is going to do a lot of heavy lifting here. Like, that puts him among, not that far away from some of the league leaders in interceptions. But anyway, it was like 5 of 6 for 50 yards. QB rating allowed actually went up a little bit, but it's still sub 60. And the only other linebacker to play yet on Monday was Drake Thomas, and it was decent. You know, he got targeted 9 times, so they really tried to pick on him a little bit with limited success. 5 completions, and let me make sure I get the number right here. Yeah, 56 yards. It's not great, but I'm not super enthused about it. The good news is Drake Thomas is doing better than I would have expected in other areas. So it's not as big of a deal that his coverage is not stellar. And it's not, I don't think it's bad either. Like, because of the circumstances of these games, he gets thrown at a lot, and he's not doing terribly or anything. 150 yards on 28 targets, I can totally live with that. And it's pretty much all yak, so it's not even all his fault. 81 QB rating, definitely happy with that. Not much to say about the edge rushers. DeMarcus Lawrence got targeted once, but it was an incomplete pass, so that's all that need be said there. Cornerback. Riq Woolen back in the saddle, played a good game, 7 targets. I think it was 2 completions for, let me make sure I get these numbers right. Yeah, 13 yards. So less than 2 yards a target. That's the Riq Woolen that I know. That's the Riq Woolen that can actually get paid this offseason. Maybe not by us, but by somebody. Like, that was definitely a step in the right direction. And, you know, some people have pointed out that other than the Niners game in week 1, Woolen has been pretty good this year. I don't totally know how on board I am with that, but we are headed in the right direction here. I'd like to see him start making some plays on the ball because that was his calling card earlier in his career. But bottom line is, right now, we need him. We need him because Witherspoon is struggling to stay healthy. We need him because Josh Jobe, while he is still playing pretty well, is not necessarily somebody we can lean on the way that maybe we were thinking at one point. And bottom line is, this team is at his best when he's out there. He's better than Shaq Griffin. He's better than Nehemiah Pritchett. He's better than Darion Kendrick. And honestly, numerically, I don't know if this is the case so far this year, but he's probably a better player than Josh Jobe. So it is what it is. We got to rock with it. Josh Jobe, by the way, the numbers in coverage according to PFR were very good. 9 targets for him and 3 completions, which I can totally take that. 24 yards? Not much. Not bad at all. Totally okay with that. QB rating allowed on the season now is now 61.7. And I think I've been a little bit hard on him, but this was definitely a better game for him. I still have some concerns, but he's playing well. And that was it for the corners this week because none of these guys got to play. Safeties, though. Let's get to the safeties here. Kobe Bryant, pretty good game on his end. Nothing super spectacular. They did give him a little bit of damage on PFR, though. They had 3 targets, 2 completions for a decent chunk of yards. It was 43. So they gave him a couple of bigger plays here, more than PFF did, for whatever that's worth. So his season is still pretty good, but feels a little bit anonymous compared to maybe what you would have expected because this is a contract year for him. Now we get to Eamon Warry, and Eamon Warry's performance overall in this game was really good. 3 catches on 7 targets, so pretty efficient. And it went for a total of 22 yards. Again, more than happy to live with 22 yards on 7 targets from a safety, even though, again, he's playing corner right now. And it's all yak, right? He's got -7 air yards. Now, and this is going to be debatable, they gave him the touchdown that was allowed to, I think it was Woody Marks at the end of the game. And PFF gave it to Ernest Jones. So there's been a little bit of a disagreement there. I don't know what the right answer is, but it's always interesting to see the disagreements. So let me know what you guys think down below, if you think anything. So the touchdown obviously hurts his numbers, but I'm happy, man. 17 targets, 67 yards. This was supposed to be something that he wasn't going to be great at. And so far, he's been pretty great at it. So we are ahead of schedule here. And that gets us to Ty Okada, who, again, was respectable, replacing Julian Loves because of the injury. 4 targets in this game and 3 completions. And let me see here. This would be, 27 yards? Okay. It's not stellar, but he's doing his job. He's not a liability out there. He's not somebody that I'm looking at and going, I want this guy off my team right this second. This is not a Tedrick Thompson situation. This is not one of those things where the guy just can't do anything. He's actually proven that he is reasonable depth. I don't know if he's solid depth, but he's reasonable depth. Still not great overall, but again, you have to set the right expectations here. All right, that's it for Pass Coverage Thursday. I mean, it's good, right? It's good. We forced C.J. Stroud to be very inefficient. He did make some plays, but not nearly enough. All right, streaming a little bit later today with the Hawk's Nest. More videos coming later. You guys know the drill. See you guys soon. Everybody have a good day. Let me know what you think. Keep an eye on the Bleacher Report. I should have a new video up by now. Go check that out if you get the chance. And, yeah. Keep an eye on TikTok.